Hi, in this video I'm going to walk you through how to connect Kondo up with HubSpot through Make. So first you want to go to Make and create a webhook, and it will generate a URL which you can copy to your clipboard, and then if you go back to Kondo and click on the Integrations tab, you can create a new integration and paste the URL here. To set this up and test this, I suggest you change the trigger type to manual, and then you want to test and save. This should fire an event to Make, and if you want to fire other events to test with, once you've saved this, you can go to your inbox and look for someone. So to test this, I'm going to look for Anthony Pieri, and I'm going to hit this sync button, and I'm going to select Make. The next step is to search for the relevant contact in HubSpot. So I've created a step here, connected it to my HubSpot, and used the action search for contacts. And in the output properties, you are gonna just need one, which is record ID. So we want HubSpot to return the record ID when we search for something, and then you want to turn on this show advanced settings. You'll leave the query field blank, and you will filter search results by what you want to use to match the Kondo record to your HubSpot record. So I have used the first name and the LinkedIn URL to find a relevant record. So and then you can save this. And the last thing you want to do is create an engagement. So once we have matched the records, we want to add data to the HubSpot record, for example, the latest conversation content, right? So what I've done is create an engagement. You need to define a date for where it fits in the timeline. The engagement type can be notes. And in properties, you select note body. So we want to add a note, and then here you can choose what you want to add. I have from the Kondo data I've gotten, added the latest conversation content, but you can there are also other things like conversation history, which will give you the full history of the conversation with the person, or your labels, or any other data that you can find in Kondo. And in associations, we want to use the ID from the contact you found in this previous step, and we're gonna say engagement contact. So once I've done this, you should be able to test this whole flow. And I'm gonna test it again by syncing this to Make, and you can see the history of this interaction. So for example, this one just fired, and I can open details, and you can trace what happens here. So Kondo fires this event with Anthony Pieri to Make. It searches for the contact, so it sends HubSpot the LinkedIn handle and the first name, and then it creates an engagement on the object, right? And then if I go to my HubSpot on Anthony and I just refresh this page, you'll see that it has created a note in this timeline with the latest message Anthony in this conversation I've had with Anthony. So that's basically how you hook it up, and you can obviously customize what data you send into, how you match the records. And if you need more help, just feel free to reach out and let us know what you're trying to do with HubSpot and Kondo. See you next time.